Hollywood has been in a very weird stage. Many have grown tired of the constant disappointments, the lack of passion put into these films, and most of all, the overuse of CGI. Movies are what connects us to stories of emotion and human struggle, but as time has gone on, movies feel less and less like reality. They don't feel tangible. That has created a huge disconnect. Going into Gladiator 2, I honestly didn't know what to expect. Ridley Scott is extremely talented, but man, I truly underestimated him. Gladiator is easily one of my favorite films. From the story to the spectacle, it's everything you'd want in a Roman period piece, but the road to getting there is actually quite interesting. Writer David Franzoni was infatuated with Roman history following a trip to Italy in 1972. After writing Amistad, he would pitch the idea to Steven Spielberg, who told him to immediately get writing as he saw the potential. After reading the biographical Roman text Historia Augusta, he was inspired to connect his story to real historical figures. DreamWorks producers Douglas Wick and Walter F. Parks believed Ridley Scott to be the ideal choice for the film. At the first meeting, they showed him the painting Pollice Verso by Jean-Louis Gérôme. Immediately hypnotized by the possibilities, Scott noted the painting shows the Roman Empire in all its glory and wickedness. Parks pointed out to Scott that he didn't even know what the film was about, but Scott promptly responded, "I don't care, I'll do it." Production was quite messy as the script was constantly being rewritten on set, leading to a lot of ad-libbing, including Russell Crowe coming up with the now iconic phrase "strength in honor," which was the English translation of his high school's motto. Unfortunately, Proximo actor Oliver Reed passed away during filming.
Oh, he died the very best possible way. He had 7 pints of beer on Sunday morning in a pub in Malta, sat in the cot and said, "I don't feel too good," drained it, then keeled over and died. I think that's pretty good. I can think of much worse ways to die.
That's actually hilarious.
Leading to the use of a body double and archival footage to finish his remaining scenes. Finally released in 2000, Gladiator was everywhere. Grossing just under $466 million, the film was a massive success. Of course, this immediately led to discussions of a sequel. The only problem, Maximus died. So how do you even go about that? Finding the right story was the biggest dilemma. Crowe and Scott wanted to resurrect Maximus, which prompted the two of them to research extensively on Roman beliefs of the afterlife. Scott also wished to explore more of the corruption of Rome, while the studio was more interested in a straightforward sequel following Lucius Verus. Nick Cave, a friend of Crowe's, began working on a script based on their ideas with Scott. This is where things go off the rails. Under the title Christ Killer, it would have followed Maximus in purgatory, then being resurrected by the Roman gods as an immortal warrior tasked with ending Christianity by literally killing Jesus and his disciples due to the growing influence of the religion draining the power of the gods.
I really hate to say this. I think there's someone hanging right there.
Deceived into murdering Lucius, Maximus is cursed to live with this guilt forever, as he lives on to fight in the Crusades to World War II to the Vietnam War, with the film ending in the present day having Maximus working at the Pentagon. Thank God this did not happen. The final script ended up going back to the basics, set in Rome 16 years after the events of the first film. Returning to direct, Ridley Scott reunited with Connie Nielsen and Derek Jacobi, the only returning cast members. After a 24-year wait, Gladiator 2 finally hit the screen. Featuring carefully choreographed fight sequences, an emotional core, and just brilliant acting, Gladiator 2 was everything I wanted and more. Continuing themes of corruption within the Empire like the original, this time it did it with a massive twist. Power is extremely dangerous, and even the most respected people in Rome can be corrupted by it. Paul Mescal proved to be a talent with Aftersun, but here he truly shows his capabilities with the physicality of the character, which will definitely lead to lots of offers for action roles. Seeing it in IMAX was just so special, as I felt fully immersed in the world of ancient Rome. While there was definitely some CGI used to enhance the Roman landscape, it felt so real. Behind the scenes, the massive set constructed in Malta is just a marvel to see. Reported to be budgeted at $310 million, not a single cent was wasted. The grand production and costume design is just immaculate, with Arthur Max and Janty Yates returning from the original movie. In a time where escapism feels like a thing of the past, Gladiator 2 will transport you into a massive world full of possibility, and hopefully this will usher in a new golden age of cinema.